Hello, and welcome to Aiken Grade 1 Listening Practice. Today I'm going to be going through Part 1 of the Aiken Grade 1 Listening Tests with you. So please listen carefully. The listening test for the Grade 1 examination is about to begin. Listen carefully to the directions. You will not be permitted to ask questions during the test. This test has 4 parts. All of the questions in these 4 parts are multiple choice questions. For each question, choose the best answer from among the 4 choices written in your test booklet. On your answer sheet, find the number of the question and mark your answer. You are permitted to take notes for every part of this listening test. Now, here are the directions for Part 1. In this part, you will hear 10 dialogues, number 1 through number 10. Each dialogue will be followed by 1 question. For each question, you will have 10 seconds to choose the best answer and mark your answer on your answer sheet. The dialogue and the question will be given only once. Before we begin the Grade 1 listening test, I have one more announcement to make. This announcement is a little special, obviously, because this first part of the test is dialogues between 2 people, and I am only one person. I will be holding up cards with A and B to signify that 2 different people are having the conversation. All right. Now we will begin the Grade 1 listening test. Number 1. You look worried, Stanley. What's up? Oh, nothing much. Just the deadline we face for starting production of the JX6 model. As I said before, you should talk to the director. He needs to know April is unreasonable, especially given the delay in testing. Yeah, but I think we could still make it if everyone was willing to put in extra hours and come in on a few weekends. If you tried that, you'd have a revolt on your hands. Question. What does the woman suggest the man do? 1. Come into work on weekends. 2. Request an extension of the deadline. 3. Wait before doing more testing. 4. Make his team work longer hours. All right. So going back to the dialogue, you can see in the third sentence, the third part, as I said before, you should talk to the director. He needs to know April is unreasonable, especially given the delay in testing. So when the woman says April is unreasonable, that means that she thinks the director should push the deadline back. April's unreasonable, it's impossible, you're never going to be able to get everything finished then, so you need more time. So that means the answer is 2. Request an extension of the deadline. She said if number 1 and number 4 come into work on weekends, make his team work longer hours. At the very end, if you tried that, you'd have a revolt on your hands. So the woman is suggesting that people will be very unhappy if the man chooses either 1 or 4. So number 2 is the best answer. All right. Number 2. How's the job hunt going, Greg? I've decided to put it off for a bit, Mom. Opportunities don't just show up at the door, you know. You've got to go looking for them. I know, but I need a rest from all that. Well, graduation isn't long, so you'll have to leave the dormitory soon. And don't forget, your father is using your old room as a study. You mean I can't? I wouldn't count on it. I'd seriously reconsider taking a break right now. Question. What does Greg's mother tell him? 1. He needs to keep searching for work. 2. He needs to study harder to graduate. 3. She will let him stay at home. 4. She will help him find a job. So Greg, he's a little lazy. He's deciding to rest. He's finished with school, probably tired from writing exams, from taking many tests. So he wants to take a break. But his mom is saying, oh, opportunities don't just show up at the door. You've got to go looking for them. She's saying that he needs to keep looking for a job because his father is using his old room. There's nowhere for Greg to stay at home. So he should really keep on the job hunt. So the answer is 1. He needs to keep searching for work. All right. Number 3. Can I help you with anything now? Yes, I'm looking for some plants for my yard. The area gets a lot of sun and the soil is quite rocky. What do you suggest? You might consider some non-native flowering plants like these. They're very pretty, but aren't they difficult to grow? Actually, no. They're very hardy. I see that they're a bit pricey. That's because they live for years. You don't have to replant every spring. In that case, I'll take 5 of them. Question. What is one reason the woman chooses the non-native plants? 1. They flower in the spring. 2. They cost less than other plants. 3. They last for a number of years. 4. They grow very well in shady areas. Okay, back to the dialogue. You can see that the sales associate says, that's because they live for years. You don't have to replant every spring. So yes, the plants are expensive, but it's because they last much longer than normal plants. You don't have to replace them. You don't have to replant them. So that makes the woman happy. And she says, after the sales associate tells her that, she says, oh, in that case, I'll take 5 of them. So that's a good reason that the woman chose to buy the plants. This means that the answer is 3. They last for a number of years. You can see number 2, they cost less than other plants. That's not true because it says, I see they're a bit pricey. Pricey means expensive, so they definitely don't cost less than other plants. And the woman's area, her neighborhood is sunny, so the area gets a lot of sun. So she doesn't need plants that grow well in shady areas. And flower in the spring, that doesn't matter. All right, so that's the answer, number 3. Okay, question 4. Christopher, did you prepare the list of patients with overdue accounts? It's right here. Do you want me to bill them again? Yes, and mark the bills as payable immediately. Should I add a surcharge for reissuing them? No, but don't forget to add the standard fee of 10% for any accounts over 90 days late. There seem to be a lot of overdue accounts. It might be worth rethinking our billing practices. You're probably right. Most clinics expect payment at the time treatment is given. Question. What does the man suggest they consider? 1. Being more flexible with payment schedules. 2. Reducing the prices for treatment. 3. Introducing a fee for late payment. 4. Changing the way patients are charged. So Christopher, that's the man, he says it might be worth rethinking our billing practices. He doesn't give any specific ideas. He keeps it general, just saying, oh, we should think about how to charge, think about our billing practices. But that is his idea. That's his opinion. This means that the answer is number 4, changing the way patients are charged. Okay. Question 5. Thanks for lending me your suitcase for my trip home, Stefan. No problem, Tomoko. Have you taken care of your visa? My student visa is still valid. Yeah, but unless the university signed your I-20 permission form, you won't be able to get back into the US. You're supposed to submit the form to the Internal Affairs Office 2 weeks before you travel. But I leave in 3 days. Maybe they can put a rush on the paperwork. Question: what is the woman's problem? 1. She failed to submit the necessary document. 2. The International Affairs Office is closed. 3. Her student visa has expired. 4. She has lost her I-20 permission form. All right, so going back to the dialogue. So Tomoko still has her student visa, but the university needs to sign the permission form in order for her to come back to the United States. But she leaves in 3 days. It takes 2 weeks to get this paperwork, so she needs to get it in as soon as possible. And hopefully the university will be able to get it back to her. So this means that the answer is 1. She failed to submit the necessary document. She still has a couple of days. Hopefully it'll be enough for poor Tomoko. If not, she won't be able to return. Oh no. All right, so the answer number 1. Question 6. Colin, we need to talk. What about? You keep interfering with how I run the team. What do you mean, Sandra? Take yesterday's meeting. You changed the agenda without consulting me first. I can't tell you every last detail. And I heard that you told the team I was a bad manager. Who told you that? Listen, I know you resent me being given a position you felt was yours, but get used to it. I'm the one who writes the performance reviews now, you know? Question: what does Sandra tell Colin? 1. He needs to accept that she is his boss. 2. He should pay more attention in meetings. 3. He needs to communicate more with the team. 4. He should consider becoming a manager. So in this dialogue, there's a lot of tension between Colin and Sandra. You can tell they're not the biggest fans of each other, and you can see in Sandra's last part, she says, I know you resent me being given a position you felt was yours. So Colin thought that he was going to get the promotion. He thought he was going to get the position, but Sandra got it because she earned it. So Colin's upset because of this. And Sandra tells Colin, this is how life is. This is how the work environment is. You need to accept that. You need to let me be the boss, me be the manager, and you need to respect that. So the answer is 1. He needs to accept that she is his boss. I agree. Question 7. Did you hear about that inventor who is suing his company? No. Why is he doing that? He created a new electrical component and his company made millions on it. He didn't get his fair share. Didn't they give him a decent bonus? They say they did, but he says it's not enough because his gadget made them a fortune. But he didn't do it all by himself, surely. He must have used company facilities and staff. But he still had to come up with the idea. It sounds to me like he's being a bit selfish. Nothing these days is a one-man show. Question: what does the woman think? 1. The inventor's complaint is not justified. 2. The inventor has already received too much money. 3. Companies should take better care of able employees. 4. The man's invention is of little value. All right. So going back to the dialogue. So yes, the inventor came up with the idea. It got the company millions of dollars. That's great. But the inventor did get a bonus for it. And the company says it's a decent bonus. Hopefully it is. So the inventor might be complaining a little bit too much. Maybe he's complaining for the publicity. Maybe he's complaining because he's hoping that he'll get more money. But in either case, they think that the inventor's complaint is not justified. So number 1 is the answer. All right. Dialogue 8. IT group, Bill Friedman speaking. Bill, this is Gloria Bailey in marketing. I was told 2 weeks ago that I needed to change my password, but to be honest, it slipped my mind. Now I can't access the network. Okay, Gloria, I'll have to ask you to come over here so that I can verify your company ID and have you fill out a form. I see. I've got a meeting in a few minutes. Would 1 o'clock this afternoon be all right? That's fine. See you then. Question. What problem does the woman have? 1. She forgot to attend the meeting. 2. She lost her company ID. 3. Her computer has crashed. 4. Her password is no longer valid. All right, so going to Gloria's first line, I was told 2 weeks ago that I needed to change my password, but it slipped my mind. Gloria forgot about it, and she can't access the network now. She's locked out of accessing the network because her password is expired. She needs a new password. So that's her problem. She needs to contact the IT department because of this. That's the whole purpose behind her call. So the answer is 4. Her password is no longer valid. That's her problem. That's why she's calling in. That's what she needs a solution for. And hopefully she'll get everything straightened out at 1 o'clock when she goes to the IT group. All right. Number 9. So, Svetlana, how's the new apartment? Word has it you're not too happy. It's not that we don't like it. It's spacious and has an incredible view. The neighbors are friendly too. Sounds pretty nice. So, what's the catch? The building is 30 years old, and there are a number of little things that have gone wrong, like clogged pipes, problems with the built-in dishwasher, things like that. We even had a water leak. But surely the landlord would fix those kind of issues for you, no? Well, he blamed the blocked pipes on us, and he's slow to get other things fixed. We still have no working dishwasher. That's ridiculous, especially for the rent you're paying. Exactly what we thought. So, what are you going to do? We did some research online, and it seems we may be within our legal rights to take action ourselves. We sent the landlord a formal complaint in writing. If he doesn't respond within the next 30 days, we may have to pay for the repairs out of our own pocket and then withhold that amount from the rent. Well, I hope it all works out for you. Question. What is the woman's complaint about her apartment? 1. The landlord raised the rent illegally. 2. The landlord wants her to move out. 3. It is not being satisfactorily maintained. 4. She is not allowed to remodel it. All right, so Svetlana likes the apartment. She's happy with the apartment itself, with the view, with her neighbors, but she's having issues with the landlord. The landlord is not taking care of the apartment. He's not fixing things that need to be fixed. He's not fixing the clogged pipes, the built-in dishwasher. There was a water leak that he was very slow to get fixed. So there are many things that are wrong with the apartment that the landlord just isn't maintaining. So the answer is 3. It is not being satisfactorily maintained. All right. And number 10. Well, Kirsten, we're coming to the end of the interview. You seem well qualified for the position. We'll need to meet you one more time before we can make an official offer, though I think that should just be a formality. I understand, but we still haven't discussed salary and other benefits. Unfortunately, I can't give you precise details right now, but they'll be very similar to what you were getting at your former company. Okay, well, that should be acceptable. I know the contract period begins from April, but is there any way to move that forward? I'm afraid the position won't be available until April. I realize you're in between jobs and are looking for something beginning sooner. That's right. I have 2 children to support. Isn't there something you can find in the short term? I doubt it. To be honest, I may have to look for something more immediate, though I am still interested in this position. Thank you for your honesty, Kirsten. We do hope this works out, though. And let me confirm one more time, you're willing to work weekends on occasion and have no trouble traveling on business trips. That's fine. My husband can always look after the kids when that happens. Please let me know when you'd like to schedule the final interview. Question. What is one thing we learn about Kirsten? 1. She thinks the salary should be more generous. 2. She is concerned about the starting date. 3. She is used to dealing with highly stressful work. 4. She needs more time off to raise her children. All right. So going back, you can see I'm afraid the position won't be available until April. I realize you're in between jobs and are looking for something beginning sooner. That's right. So Kirsten says that's right. This means she is looking for something beginning sooner than April because she has children to support. Her husband probably works, but it's much easier to have 2 people in the family with an income to support children. Children are very expensive. So she wants something that begins maybe a couple months, maybe 1 month earlier. We aren't sure exactly how much earlier she would like to begin, but she does want to begin before April. So the answer is 2. She is concerned about the starting date. Okay, that's it for the dialogues. That's it for part 1 of ACAN Grade 1 listening practice. Good luck. And again, if you need me to repeat anything, you can go back, you can rewind, you can listen to any of the dialogues again and try to understand better the second time around. All right, good luck with your test, and I'll see you later. Bye.